Hey everyone, welcome to our video series, Canal Days, and thanks for joining us for today's episode of the Holyoke Water Power Park on the second level canal in Holyoke, Mass. I'm your host, Carrie, here with my co-host, local historian and creator of the historical tours of Greater Holyoke, Robert Como. As your personal tour guide, Robert will lead you through some of the most iconic sites and their legends of historic significance throughout New England's preeminent and pivotal state of Massachusetts. With his expert insights, every monument and memorial story comes to life. Afterwards, don't forget to check out his website, holyokecanaltour.org, to access the full Canal Days video and podcast series. Also, check out his free in-person public tours he offers throughout Western Mass and the 2025 schedule for these special events. You can also book personalized private tours for groups of all sizes tailored to your interests. To discover all that and much more, remember to log on to holyokecanaltour.org and get ready to be transported back in time on an unforgettable adventure.
Okay, let's go off to the second level canal where they put it in the Holyoke Water Power Park. And we'll see what the canal looks like there. Okay, this is the park here. It's across the way from Boat Lock Station. So we'll talk about that. Right, Holyoke Water Power Park, dedicated to the vision and toil of Holyoke's earliest citizens who constructed this unique water power system which transformed a farming hamlet into the industrial city of Holyoke. After more than a century of service, this canal system continues to bring the benefits of the Connecticut River to this community. It stands as a continuous monument to the men who conceived it and to the men who built it, with picks, shovels, and perseverance. Holyoke Water Power Company, 1960, 111th anniversary year of the canal system. And it has emblem of Holyoke Water Power Company. And it tells you this is a water wheel up here, atop this. And it tells you typical of those in use in the mills along this canal system. It's actually a smaller one compared to most. Alright, so the park is not that big, but it's an important location. The reason why they used to have here water fountains, and the water fountains would spray water up. I believe there were 5 of them. The holders are on the other banks still. They haven't taken the holders out. They would hold lights, and the fountains would be in the middle of the canal. And they would have pumps pump the water up in the air, and they'd have lights of 5 different colors. So when you went by this bend, not only was there a little park here, there was also a gorgeous light show. Now, that is gone. Sadly, I wish they'd bring it back because it was so well to advertise the canal system. Alright, across the way was a Wayne and Paper Company. And then in back of that was the McIntosh Men's Suits Company. Over on the other side of that railroad bridge is the Lyman Mill, now open square. And you can tell that electricity is coming out of here because they have an electric pole, and it still works. This is a power station on the canal. They have 3 medium-sized power stations, and they have about 5 tiny power stations, 2 of those owned by the canal owners. And that is Boat Lock Station. You can see the water is coming out of the bottom of it. And water is coming from the first level canal into 4 turbines inside there. And it's making electricity for Holyoke. So not only the dam, but also the canal makes electricity for Holyoke. Also, they have solar fields to make electricity and battery backups. By the end, Holyoke generates about 80 megawatts of electricity on its own. It used to generate 100 megawatts on its own just from hydromechanical energy of all the turbines on the canal inside these many mills. To this other corner is the Hadley Thread Company, and this mill is found in 4 pieces going back. Along this side, the front edge was the administration, then production, then storage, and then the worker homes were out towards the front. So I'll show you those. These are the worker homes. 5 of the 6 enormous units that you see over here are still around. There's one on Canal Street, there's one on Grover, and then there's one on Lyman, and then 2 on the next street down. And then this used to be Holyoke's second trolley barn. The first one for the Holyoke Street Railway was in South Hadley, and it was horse-drawn trolleys. Here, the first one to use electricity was in this location. It's gone now, but the cars would come in this front, it'd fill up this whole parking lot, and the cars would go out the back on the tracks. The Holyoke had 8 trolley routes. It was an enormous trolley station. Okay, and beyond that are the Gilbert Apartments. There used to be 13 of them. Nowadays, there's only 2 left, and only one of those is inhabited. Then the train station, made by Henry Hobson Richardson, over to the side. And then a train bridge from 1930, so it's not the original. And this is Canal Street going into Race and Main Street both. And that hole over there that you see is part of a turbine system. The water would drop from the first level canal, has it pass through a race or tunnel, and it would come out here. So nowadays, you have a beautiful park here. Nowadays, Bullock Station is still used, Hadley Mill is still used, the administration center is still used, the Hadley worker home is still used. The trolley station has changed over to a chemical testing company. 1 of 10 houses left. The train station is being used, part of it. Trains still come through. The lime mill is now open square. And James Curran used to run the warehouse out of one of those mills. Thank you very much.